What is going on, Pisces? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct. This is going to be your reading for the month of December. We're going to be hopping into these energies, seeing exactly what's going on. Thank you guys for returning if you are a subscriber. And for you guys who have been wondering, where has Chris Anthony been at? I haven't been on my channel, so I am returning to do a reading for Pisces. I definitely was picking up your energy this morning when I woke up. I want to thank everybody for kind of like sending good energy and thoughts and checking up on me. Everybody that did on IG and in my email and just on the channel in general. I've definitely been missing in action, right? So I'm trying to get back into getting your readings done. It's been a lot of karmic lessons, energy downloads that have been happening with me personally. So I wasn't in a space where I could really do the readings for the collective, but I definitely want to do this for you guys right now for the month of December. So this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone that listens to this, but if it does resonate with you, like always, like, share, subscribe, comment on the channel. If it doesn't resonate with you, you could check out another reader or one of your rising or moon signs that should be coming out soon on my channel, and that may tune in more with your frequency, okay? This is your spread right here, and excuse the glare because there's a little bit of a glare coming in from my window, but this is going to be your present energy right here. After that, we're going to be tapping into your futuristic energy on the left side, and this will be your supporting details. As always, in the middle, we have your main storyline. After that, we're going to be wrapping it up with a fairy card and get a little bit more information off of that. All right, Pisces, without further ado, let's hop right in. So, crowning your reading, and just another note, there is going to be a train that passes by. I stay like right next to a train, so whenever that happens in the background, excuse the background noise, all right? King of Wands clarified with the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like in the month of December, Pisces, you guys are going to be in the mode of fire, right? Which is not the element of Pisces because we are water, right? We are mutable. But I feel like in the month of December, you have a certain fire that's set up under you. It almost feels like you're sitting on top of fire, right? And it's like you're going to be in action orientated mode is what I feel. What I do focus on when I see this card, though, is the wand that he's holding on to, because I feel like with some of you guys, you've been kind of like given this gift in the month of December that's really about to start coming to the surface. Maybe a gift that you've always had, but it hasn't really been manifesting in recent times, or maybe in your life in general. It's clarified by the Ace of Swords here, so it's some type of clarity that I feel like is going to be coming in for you guys when it comes down to this gift that you have. And this gift is more so of a sign to you. What I do kind of pick up on is the story of Moses. And if anybody knows about the story of Moses, like before he was, or while he was being called to be like the prophet to the people of God, or while he was being called to free, right, the Israelites from Egypt, right, to set people free, he had a lot of doubt, right? He had a lot of back and forth. He had a lot of misunderstanding about his purpose and about his destiny. And as he kind of stood in front of the burning bush, right, if you know how the story goes, and God was talking to him, God was kind of like, I'm going to give you these gifts, right, so that you can understand exactly who you are. I'm going to give you these signs so that you can see that you are the person that's supposed to free a whole nation from out of bondage and captivity, right? And what he gave to him was like the staff that he had always had, right? He was like a shepherd, so he had always carried around a staff. And in the burning bush, God told him to throw his staff down on the ground, and the staff turned into a snake, right? So I don't know, for some reason that story is really standing out when I look at this King of Wands energy, because I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, you could have been in a place where you were struggling to understand your purpose, or struggling to understand your path, struggling to understand what your soul's calling and soul's mission is, and the type of work that you're supposed to be doing, and kind of narrowing it down to a specific, path or a specific field, right? Because I think a lot of times as Pisces, you can do so many things, right? You're kind of like a jack of all trades, and you can jump from this place to this place to that place to this place, right? But I feel like in December, there is an overall vision that's really going to be highlighted in your life, an overall goal or path that's really going to be highlighted. And it's going to be a sign that comes along with it. It's almost like a lot of you guys are marked by the divine. And that mark that you've had even from birth is really about to be shown to you. I feel like in the month of December, this clarity is going to come in, and it's going to create movement. It's going to create passion, right? If you feel like you haven't been in a place of passion, you haven't been burning with your desire to fulfill your purpose, right? Because maybe you haven't known exactly what you're supposed to be doing, or you haven't had that level of clarity that makes the path clear, right? There's been a lot of fogginess, a lot of heavier energies, a lot of different experiences that we've had to experience closing out the month of, or the year of 2019, right? But I feel like in December, you are gearing up for 2020. And there's something that's going to be lit, some type of fire, flame that's going to be lit, some type of catalyst, spark that's coming into you. And for a lot of you, this has to do with creativity. It has to do with ingenuity, right? It has to do with innovation. It's creating a certain amount of leverage for you to move forward in your life, so that you don't have to do things the hard way, but you can do things the smart way. So I feel like you're going to be working smart and not hard. And this is really bringing in a brand new cycle for you when it comes down to work, when it comes down to creative projects, when it comes down to investing your time and energy in things that you're supposed to be building. So I don't know, for a lot of you Pisces, you're about to be thrusted into this place of work, but not the type of work that's backbreaking, not the type of work that doesn't lead to anything. It's like your soul's work. You're getting into a place of building. This King of Wands is a visionary, right? And a lot of Pisces have the vision, right? A lot of times they call Pisces the dreamer, but really you guys are visionaries. And so you're able to see into the future, right? You're able to see how things are going to be coming together. You're able to understand patterns, and understand how the collective kind of works on a mass scale. And I feel like some of you guys are going to be tapping into this and understanding the way the world operates and what's coming next, right? You're like being able to see how things are happening right now in this age that we're in, and what is going to be the conclusion of it, or what's going to be coming in the future. So you're being shown some things a step ahead of the collective. And I think this is where your work is supposed to be at, Pisces. I wish I can get even more specific, into where I see these callings happening, but somebody is really taking their place in the month of December, right? Grabbing hold of this wand, grabbing hold of this sword, grabbing hold to this passion and this clarity and this movement, and really carving out a way, right? You're finding your niche. And hopefully I'm saying that right. It could be niche or niche. I don't really know. But you're finding what really works for you in the month of December, and really focusing in on this, really tuning into the intuitive information and downloads that you're going to be getting, because it's coming, right? With this King of Wands energy, I feel like this is so much fire that's going to be coming in, and so much clarity that's coming in with this Ace of Swords, to where you're going to know. And you're not only going to know it, but you're going to have the fire and the passion and the strength to act on it in the month of December. So I didn't mean to get caught up on those cards like that for that long. Let's keep it moving. We also have this Two of Cups energy clarified by the Queen of Swords, right? Two of Cups does mean some type of connection that could be coming in, some type of emotional connection that could be coming in, right? A deep spiritual connection also. It's at the beginning with the two. but there is some type of recognition of a soulmate that could be here. There's also a even trade or reciprocity that's coming in between you and another person, right? It could possibly be an air sign or somebody that has air qualities, right? But it doesn't have to be, right? But I do see that there is a connection with someone who maybe has their eye on you, or maybe you have your eye on them. But there's some type of even trade that I feel like could be coming in the month of December, right? Where you're exchanging your cups, you're exchanging your understanding of one another, you're exchanging your emotions to one another. But I do feel like these are two different people that are coming to meet in the middle, right? It doesn't have to be on a love level. It could just be a partnership that's coming. It could, just be a friendship that's coming. But for a lot of you guys, it could be a love that's coming in too. And I do feel like it could strongly be with this Queen of Swords individual, right? Somebody who is very logical, very intelligent, somebody who has been through a certain amount of experiences when it comes down to relationships, and who has an understanding of relationships, and somebody who really knows what they want. If this is not somebody that you're dealing with that's coming in for you, or somebody that you've already met, and you're continuing to build on this connection, this could be the energy that you're taking on, right? The Queen of Swords, somebody who has been through enough drama and hell and karmic lessons to understand exactly what she wants. And anything else that doesn't fit inside of that frame, or doesn't fit inside of her highest good, she will quickly cut it out. Quickly dispense of it, or dispose of it was the word. But I feel like this person that you could be connecting with in the month of December is somebody that fits into that mold of your level of experiences up until this point with relationships, that you don't feel the need to dispose of or to cut off. You feel like this person has caught your attention in some type of way, right? And it could be something that's a lot newer, or maybe something that's out of the norm that you have dealt with. Because the Queen of Swords has so much of experience, it's hard to catch her attention. It's hard to surprise her. She's seen it all. She's done it all, right? She's dated, and been in deep relationships with a lot of different energies, and she's learned some very hard lessons. So in order for this person to turn your head while you're in this Queen of Swords energy, it has to be something that's very much so on a soulmate and divine level, right? I do also feel like there's somebody here for you in December that is really working with you, and you could be working with this person to really awaken to another level and continue to awaken. I'm looking at the caduceus right now that's behind them. And that does talk about a weaving, or that kundalini energy rising, more of a awakening, more of a clearing in the chakras, right? And more so of a insight that's happening within this relationship, to where you're awakening more to yourself through the connection that you have with this person. So I think this is definitely a divine connection that's happening. But I do feel like there is this level of enlightenment that's happening within this connection with this individual, and you two are enlightening each other through your shared experiences that you're bringing to the table and meeting in the middle. So you're I feel like a lot of your gifts are coming online through your relationship with this person. Like a lot of your psychic abilities being reignited or being ignited for the first time. A lot of your DNA shifts and changes are happening. A lot of awakening symptoms are coming through as you're connecting with this person for some reason. So that's good news, right? Because you're already in an energy where you are kind of being relit, right? Like your passion is being reignited, and you're really focusing in on your purpose, and you're gaining that clarity of purpose. So I think this person that's here for you is also in the same place, because it seems like you two are mirroring each other. Yeah. So this person has your attention, or you have their attention. And I think it's vice versa. It's happening on both levels. The two of you could be in the Queen of Swords energy when it comes down to relationships, because you've seen and done it all, like I said. But there still is an attraction that's here and something that stands out about this other person from both parties. And that's why there is this merging or this bond that's being formed. Two of Cups. All right. Now over here you have the Devil energy. And it's crazy because in your reading, Pisces, you have the Devil, you have the Two of Cups, and you have the Lover's card. Once we hop over here to your futuristic energy, you do have the Lover's card. But with the Devil energy right here, I do feel like you could have definitely been in a place, maybe in the month of November or still in the month of December, where there is this Devil energy, right? This soul tie or this addictive or shadow type of energy that you're dealing with and maybe trying to disconnect from. You know, a lot of healing could be happening. You could be in a place where you're doing a lot of shadow work, right? A lot of deep traumas that are being faced and coming up to the surface, and a lot of things that have held you in bondage maybe most of your life are kind of being faced and dealt with because the Devil is here. It is clarified by the Queen of Wands, so this could be maybe somebody else that you feel like you have kind of like this emotional or devil tie to, right? This trauma bond. It could be that some of you guys are dealing with a trauma bond and really trying to separate from that, really trying to disconnect from this type of karmic energy, because this could be a karmic soulmate that you're dealing with. It could be somebody that's taking on this fire energy. It could be a fire sign or somebody who has fire in their chart. But I feel like this could be something that you're trying to separate from and probably learning a lot of lessons in. But this definitely is differing from this energy that's over here. Once I shifted over to this Devil energy, I feel a total opposite vibe that's happening as opposed to this Two of Cups energy. So I feel like this Two of Cups energy is something that's a lot newer, that's coming in, that's brand new. But what you've kind of been in and been dealing with is this Devil energy, which could be for some of you guys a connection to a karmic soulmate, right? That really you guys are connecting through trauma with this person. And maybe this has been something that has been a karmic lesson that you've been working through and you've been paying off karmic debt, because this could be somebody that is a past life soulmate that you've been dealing with, right? But there is this real attachment type of energy, this bondage type of energy, this trauma type of addictive Devil energy that's going on. And maybe a lot of you Pisces have been really sifting through this energy towards the end of 2019, really dealing with it, really facing it, really integrating your shadow side, doing a lot of shadow work, facing your demons, realizing the the hang-ups that you have or the addictions you have or how you operate when it comes down to love, right? Whether that's codependency or whether that's being too emotional available or being not enough emotional available. You know, it's like a lot of these issues are being faced and dealt with, I feel like. Maybe still in the month of December, but I feel like a lot of you guys were dealing with this in November too. But really working to separate from this Devil energy, because the Queen of Wands right here, if this is your energy you're taking on, I feel like she doesn't want to play with the Devil. She doesn't really want to play with fire because she is fire, right? And so I like the attitude when I look at this picture that this person is taking on, right? Like not really here to play, not really trying to play with fire, like I said, or really play with that Devil energy. Like she doesn't want to really deal with it. And I feel like some of you guys are coming to that point where you're not really wanting to play with the Devil. You're just wanting to be separate from it. And you may understand that you do have this certain devil side to yourself, like we all do, right? We have the light and the dark, but you don't want to operate in that lower vibration any longer, right? You can integrate it, and it could be a part of you, right? I heard something in a movie that I was watching recently. I think it was Doctor Strange, and it was one of the guys that was being trained by the leader of these people, who they came to a place. If you saw Doctor Strange, they came to this place to get healing, right? And the person that was over this, I think, was called the head master, or the sorcerer supreme, right? She would teach them how to face their inner fears and work on themselves to be able to, like, harness their power and take on this energy to where they can overcome the ailments that they were dealing with. But she said, I say all this to say that one of the guys came up to her, and he said that I came to you and I was afraid and I was scared and I was, broken, and you taught me how to get rid of my demons, right? And what she responded was that we never really get rid of our demons. We just learn to live above them. And I thought that was a real profound thing. I had heard it before, because I watched this movie 1,000 times before, because I like Doctor Strange. But when I heard it this time, it just made so much sense to kind of like what I was dealing with in life right now, and what made some of you other Pisces may be dealing with, right? Learning how to not banish your demons, but to live above them, to live in a vibration where you're not on that lower frequency, where your demons, have a playground inside of your mind or inside of your being. And I feel like you guys are rising above this demon or this devil frequency, right? That may have had you bonded or in a lower vibration where you were not able to see the clarity and be on your path and be in your position, right? That I was talking about here with the King of Wands. So yeah, let's keep it moving. All right. Then we have the Seven of Cups here, clarified by the Hierophant. So there has been a certain level of cloudiness, like I said, a fog, where you just did not know where you were going. Like, where up or down was, everything was upside down, everything was distorted. There hasn't been any clarity, I feel like, for a lot of the collective, not only just Pisces. But I do know when Pisces gets kind of lost in this mental fog or in this emotional landslide, right? It's kind of hard to come back to that place of being clear and being grounded, and it's a lot of times hard to come to that place of still waters that Pisces is really supposed to be in, to be their highest, self. So you've been dealing with this confusion, right? Dealing with maybe a certain level of options, or a certain level of paths to take, right? And trying to understand which one do I decide on. This could have to do with people too, right? You could be in a place where you have a level of options with people, right, to choose from in your life when it comes down to friendships, to relationships, to love, whatever it could be. And maybe there has been cloudiness that's been happening with you trying to choose, okay, where's my place at? Where's my place in the world? Where's my soul tribe at, right? Where am I destined to be at? And the Hierophant is here. The Hierophant does speak a lot about traditions. It does speak about certain things that are set in stone, right? Certain belief systems that you've been carrying for a very long time, right? A certain mentality that you have been holding to for a very long time that may have been passed down to you, right, as an inheritance, may have been passed down to you through your culture, through your upbringing, right, through your schooling, through your parents, right? And so I feel like maybe this is the thing that has been creating a certain level of confusion with the Hierophant energy. You trying to really understand what your core belief system is. But I feel like For some of you guys, your core belief systems or the programming that has been running subconsciously in the background for you is the thing that has been creating a level of confusion or a level of fog. And so I feel like in the month of December, this is another thing that you're going to be dealing with and facing, right? This is what I was talking about with the King of Wands. Because with the Seven of Cups, it creates doubt because there is no clarity, right? If we go back to that story of Moses, he had been cast out from, Egypt, and cast out from being in a place of high rank and importance, right? And he had to go out into the wilderness where he took on this lowly type of place in life where he was just a shepherd and everything was simple. And, he was like, it brought him a level of peace, right? But that wasn't his true identity, right? He had taken on this identity because he had dealt with such trauma, right? With being cast out of Egypt, with being, put into this place where everything was stripped from him. And so he found comfort in being this shepherd in this simple life and not having to answer to his calling and not have to answer to his destiny and to his purpose and to his path. And one day, right, that was shook up when the universe, right, the spirit, God, came to him and spoke to him about who he really was. And this Seven of Cups clarified by this Hierophant energy is that same type of energy that I'm feeling, where maybe some of you guys have been out in the wilderness really, ignoring your calling or ignoring your path or ignoring your passion and your soul's mission and your true identity in this life. And you've taken it on as a certain belief, that I'm not supposed to be, something great. I'm not supposed to be somebody who, is in tune, or somebody who is supposed to do something in this life or create something or, have this star-like quality. But it feels like the universe is telling you like, no, it's time to wake up. You had enough time in the wilderness, right? You had enough time out being just a little shepherd, away from all the drama, away from, all of the challenges that your calling really puts on you. But now it's time for this fog to clear, right? All the different things that you thought was connected to your purpose and your path. It's time for that to clear up and for you to come into this place of power, into this place of knowing, into this place of who you truly are. So a lot of you could be taking on this Hierophant energy, which is talking about being somebody who is helping other people out, a counselor, a teacher, right? A spiritual healer in some type of capacity, a creator, right? Somebody who people look up to, because in the regular Rider-Waite card, the Hierophant is there and he has two people that he's kind of like training or who are looking up to him. He's disseminating knowledge in some type of way. And I feel like somewhere along the way, a lot of Pisces could have got confused or kind of like lost in the sauce, right? And I'm definitely guilty to that. Maybe this reading is just talking about me, but I definitely try to put myself out whenever I'm doing a reading for Pisces and just let this be a message to the collective. But I definitely feel myself in this. But I feel like a lot of Pisces are definitely coming back to take their place, in whatever that is supposed to be. A creator, a spiritual healer, a teacher, right? A singer, a artist, a painter, whatever that could be for you, musician. But at the end of the day, it has so much to do with healing and awakening with his Hierophant energy, soothing the spirit, soothing the human condition. Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. Let's move on into your futuristic energy. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Lover's card. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the King of Cups. You guys are showing up here for the first time in your reading. So right here with the Four of Wands, Four of Swords energy, I do feel like in the month of December, you could be definitely starting to take a rest. And this to me means your mind is at ease now. And this is what's going to bring in so much of that clarity, because if you've been in a place where you've been dealing with that shadow energy, dealing with that devil energy, dealing with a lot of karmic lessons, it could have been definitely taxing to your body, to your emotional body, to your astral body, to your light body. All of your bodies, right, have been really going through it if you've been in this dark night of the soul type of energy, or dealing with this devil energy and trying to disconnect from it or trying to integrate it. But in December, there is this awakening that's happening with the Judgment card, right? Where it's like your mind is being put at ease. You've separated from this devil energy or this toxicity that you were dealing with that had you in kind of like a turmoil or a state of uneasiness. And you're going back to these calmer waters that I talked about, right? Those still waters that a Pisces is supposed to be in, this meditative state, this higher vibration. And it's like Judgment card is here because you're answering to this divine call. You're answering to this higher vibration. You're coming up to this higher way of being and perspective. And coming out of these transformative energies that you've been in into a higher place. So there does, to me, Pisces, feel like a spiritual promotion that's definitely coming in for a lot of Pisces. That could manifest in a lot of different ways. You could feel promotions coming through on your job. You could feel like a promotion that's happening just in society itself, where you are recognized as a different person, recognized energetically by people, even if they don't, feel it consciously. Subconsciously, you're taking on this new energy where I feel like you're promoted. It's almost like that Six of Wands energy that I'm feeling, where you have graduated. You've been through this struggle, been through this test, been through the wrap up of this karmic cycle. And now there is this level up that comes in, this higher level of clarity that comes in, where you're waking up from this sleep, you're waking up from this slumber, right? Because all the people in this card, in both of these cards, are asleep. But when that trumpet energy or that Judgment energy comes, it's like a trumpet being blown. Like, okay, now it's time. It's time for you to come from out of the wilderness and go back to Egypt, right? As the prophet or the savior, or the vessel that the universe wants to use to speak, right? Or to create or to display this universal energy, these 5D vibrations, right? And so there's a certain level of stillness that's coming in, because there's a certain level of focus and clarity that's coming in, right? Going back to these Ace of Sword energies. So you're going to be on fire in the month of December, and you're going to be so focused in the month of December. Oh my God, Pisces. Sorry if this is a long reading. I know we have like attention deficit disorders nowadays because everything moves so quickly online. And when I watch readings, I definitely like them to be kind of like short and sweet sometimes. But if you are still here and you're still vibrating on that level, you're still receiving these messages, thank you for sticking with me. I don't know, it's taking a while to get these energies out. Right below that, we have the Lover's energy, right? So this is like, to me, if you want to ask me, from what I'm seeing, this is like this gradual graduation that's happening with you in relationships. When it comes down to the way that you're loving, or the type of relationships that are coming your way in the year of 2020, but definitely starting to take place and take form in December 2019, because there is a certain gradual climb that's happening here from this devil energy, which is, if you notice, all these people in these three cards are in the same position. But you could be in a type of karmic shadow devil addictive type of bond with somebody, what I like to call a trauma bond. And that's a type of relationship, karmic relationship. And then you can be in a type of relationship where there's the Two of Cups, right? Where there is a emotional connection. It's more healthy, right? It's kind of like the beginning of something that's going to grow to something greater, right? Like I said, there's a reciprocation that's here. There is an understanding that's here. There is two people meeting on the same level, having a mental connection and having a emotional connection. And then after that, you kind of like graduate, right? I think this is the growth of the Two of Cup energy into the Lover's energy, which is talking about high vibrational, connecting on all levels, spiritually, emotionally, physically, you know, in love, in mentality, mentally, right? It's like this is the maturation of the Two of Cups energy, if you like, you know, if you ask me. And this is where the real enlightenment takes place, to where two people come together to really vibrate so high that they kind of pierce through the regular dynamic of a relationship. And so, yeah, intuitively, you're being led to this Lover's type of energy. Intuitively, you're making a choice in love too, right? I think maybe between two different type of relationships, you know, instead of being in that devil energy, you're making a choice to be more so in this Two of Cups Lover's energy that's more clean, right? More for your highest good, more transformational. Because in all of these connections, you learn something for sure, because it's a soulmate connection. But with the Lover's energy, it's more of a divine partnership. It to me, it goes higher than a soulmate connection. It's like a divine coming together for a purpose. And it's also divinely guided heavily, right? By the angels, by your spirit guides, by your higher self. So I feel like you're tapping into this. It could definitely be with the same person that I was talking about right here, where this Two of Cup energy is really beginning to grow and transform as you guys experience each other and come into this Lover's energy, which is a more mature Two of Cups energy. And with this connection, there's a deep inner knowing that you're kind of being revealed with this High Priestess energy, that this person, you know, is your divine partner in some type of way. Or there's just a very strong partnership that is here for a certain purpose. And all of the signs are showing you this in the month of December. Because the angels, your guides, are here in the background, kind of giving you and this other person clarity about this connection. Like, this is why this is happening. And it's kind of like you're going to see so many synchronicities that are definitely going to be here, because you're guided divinely with this connection, but also internally and intuitively, you're also going to be feeling something about this connection. So yeah, let's keep it moving. We have the Five of Cups energy that's here, and it's clarified by the King of Cups. And this is a long reading right here. Goodness, 40 minutes in, Pisces. You get it. But you're definitely, I feel like, moving on from this Five of Cups energy where, you know, there was a certain type of wrap up that you had to do, a karmic wrap up, an ending to a karmic cycle with these Five of Cups. And I feel like there's a certain level of residue that may still be here in the month of December, where you're kind of like, reviewing the past and reviewing the experiences and the disappointments that you've had in the past, and the things that didn't work out, the things that may have not come together in a certain way. But after the review is done, and after, it's totally wrapped up, you're coming out as the King of Cups, in your power, in your strength, in your identity, emotionally balanced, emotionally sure about yourself. And I really feel a real level of confidence is coming in for Pisces, because you know where you've been and you know what you have overcame, especially if you have been overcoming this devil energy that keeps jumping up, right? I feel like this was a real test for you guys that you've been dealing with and that you're also overcoming. And it's like you're walking into this brand new cycle, going into the year of 2020, and December is such a wrap up of the energies of 2019. But you're also going to be in the year 2020 already energetically. And December is where you really start to feel that, where you really start to take hold of that power, and take hold of your gifts, and take hold of your uniqueness that makes you a Pisces, and really come to terms with it and understand it, so that you understand yourself even more. I feel like things are just going to start to make sense in December. It's something that's clicking for you guys, and it's bringing you this level of peace and this level of confidence that you're moving in, that it's almost going to surprise you, is what I'm feeling, from where you have been at. It's going to be such a stark contrast that you're like wow, surprised. All right, you have the King of Cups again right here, clarified by the Three of Swords, and this has been so much of your level up, is this Three of Swords energy, and you having to deal with it, and you being hurt, right? You being scarred by something that may have taken place recently, or this year in 2019, or just in life in general, right? These pains, these scars that we have that take place in our heart, in our emotional body, that I feel like Pisces has really been dealing with and working through. And this is what's bringing you into your mature energy. Your level of maturation has come through you healing your inner wounds and dealing with those scars that maybe you have had for a long time. And for a lot of you, I think it definitely has to do with the heart chakra. The Three of Swords, to me, represents the heart chakra undergoing a surgery, or being healed from those sores that get stuck inside of the heart chakra, that block your energy, that block your enlightenment, that block your passion and the truth about yourself, and block relationships at the same time. But the King of Cups is here showing you that you have passed through that energy. You have healed yourself. You're in a place of balance. You're in a place of maturity. You're in a place of strength and inner fortitude now, where you have rised above those hurts and those traumas and those demons, and you're choosing to live above, right, the demons, like I was talking about before, to live above those lower emotions and come back to this higher level or perspective that you're supposed to be in. Walking, I feel like a lot of you guys are really walking closer with your higher self also. Coming in the month of December, really starting to become your higher self and not just channel your higher self, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's wrap this up, Pisces, because I know when people see a video that's 45 minutes long, they don't even want to click on it. Sometimes that's how I am. Let me grab your fairy card. 1 second. Where did it go? It dropped somewhere. Okay, here it is. For the fairy card, you got the Five of Spring, and it says opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. So yeah, there's still a level of opposition. Maybe that's here. There's still a little bit of that devil energy that you're dealing with. And even within yourself, right, there's still a level of clarity that you're still needing to have. Like I said, all this energy you're working through in the month of December. So you may definitely feel this Five of Wands type of energy, right, where you're needing to kind of move through this challenging energy. If it has to do with internal conflict, you're needing to move through it. If it has to do with external conflict, you have what it takes to kind of like move through it, because it's only a 5, right? So I'm going to wrap it up right there for you, Pisces. Hopefully that wasn't too long of a reading. Sorry if it was. But I thank you guys for coming out and always showing your support and your love, Pisces. Like always, like, share, subscribe, comment on the channel if it resonated with you in some type of way. You guys should also follow me at IG, because I need motivation to start posting again on IG. That's at chrisanthony14lbs, Chris Anthony 14 pounds. I am going to be opening up personal readings in the month of December. If you guys would like to get a personal reading with me, just give me about another week or so before I'm ready to really open that all the way up to the public. But you can email about me. That'll be in the description of the video. And until next time, I will see you guys later. So Pisces, I finished your whole entire reading and just realized that I forgot to talk about the Hangman and the Chariot, which is maybe the most important message that you guys have for this month. So let's talk about it. The Hangman here, right? I feel like for a while, this is the energy that Pisces has been in, that Hangman, not making any movement, stuck in between two decisions, stuck in between two cycles, closing out a cycle, trying to receive more enlightenment, try to receive more clarity about your current situation, but putting movement in your life on pause, right? This also talks about self-sacrificing, like not making movements forward for other people, right? Or for situations that you're in, or whatever it could be, but not knowing which way to move forward or how to move forward in the direction that you wanted to. And this is kind of what I was talking about, what I felt was happening in the month of November, right? Like the devil energy, the energy of the Seven of Cups, kind of just like being stuck or being in a place where you didn't have clarity, or not really being right side up, everything being upside down, right? This is the Hangman energy, but the card that is clarifying it is the Chariot energy, which talks about you coming out of the Hangman, you coming out of your cocoon, right, from hanging there so long, and breaking out into this action, into this movement, into this forward movement, right? Being in alignment, being balanced, having your light and dark energies balanced out, moving efficiently towards your goals, your purposes, your life path. And this is the greatest energy that you can be in. This is that action that I was talking about with that King of Wands. It's like you're moving with power. You're moving in this Chariot energy. Major Arcana, by the way, for the both of these cards, which talks about one older cycle that has been being wrapped up and has ended, and this next cycle that you're moving into, the Chariot energy for December into 2020. You're going into the new year with a bang, Pisces. And that's what's crazy about this whole thing, because all of the energies kind of like that we've been talking about during this whole reading has been talking about kind of like wrapping up, drawing a conclusion, receiving the enlightenment, receiving the clarification, receiving even the partnerships and relationships that you need in your life to move forward on your path. And this is about to be a great experience, I think, with you realizing it and taking on this energy in December and having what you need to move forward into 2020, feeling confident about the new year, feeling confident about where you want to go, right? And where you've come from in 2019 leading up to the new year. So I feel like in the end of December, you're really going to be feeling this chariot, even though you're going to be leading up to it the whole month of December, but you're really going to be feeling the that new year energy, right? Like when it's New Year's Eve coming into the new year, you're really going to feel like you're already moving on this chariot and you're headed towards this place of destiny, right? To this place of fate, to this place of purpose that you know you've been kind of like waiting for almost your whole life. 2020 is going to be that year where you're really moving in that power. All right, Pisces. So yeah, sorry to skip over this card and to make this reading even longer, but I just had to do that before I upload it. So see you guys later.